Alright, what's going on, you guys? Today we're going to be reviewing the Call of Duty Vanguard beta. So let's just jump right into it. We're starting off with the graphics. The positives on the graphics. The graphics are fine. I think they'll improve once the game comes out. So far, the game runs very smooth. I hope it stays that way if the graphics do end up getting updated before launch. It does look like a reskinned Modern Warfare, which is fine. I don't really care about that. Explosives look really nice, and the guns look really good. But the negatives, the sun looks awful. I mean, it's horrible. Just watch this clip. Look at my stream, bro. Dude, all I can say is please fix it. Texture glitches on some parts of the maps are very noticeable. I don't like it. On like Cthulhu, whatever the fuck that boat map's called, there's this little tiny area. It's like a barrel next to it. It's underneath of a stairway, and it has a little texture glitch. It's noticeable. Pay attention right about there.
That brings me back to life.
How? And then on Red Star, on the side of the map near the A flag, if you're playing Domination, it's a bit glitchy. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but I hope they fix that before launch. And also, it's kind of hard to see enemies long range. It's pretty bad. I feel like half the time I'm just shooting at nameplates long range, and that's just not good. I'm not saying that it needs to be crystal clear, but it'd be nice to be able to, you know, actually see what I'm shooting at. Also, this is a bit nitpicky, but sniper scopes have a bit of a problem. Like when you slightly zoom in or slightly zoom out, it just looks a little weird, you know? Like you zoom in and then it kind of stays like that for a while. Then it goes to black. I just don't really understand the transition. It just looks a little bit weird. I don't know. It's a little bit nitpicky, I know, but I'd like to see it be a little bit more smooth by launch. It just looks a little bit glitchy, but it's not game breaking. It just looks a little weird. All right, let's talk about sound. Directional sound is awful in my opinion. I have really good headphones. I will show you which headphones I have. They're pretty good headphones. I'm able to hear direction on quite literally every other game, but when I play Vanguard, it just feels like directional sound's a little bit hard to tell exactly where everything's happening. The audio just feels a little muffled, and it's kind of quiet as well. Like I'm playing on 100% volume, and I can't hear footsteps. I can hear my friends, you know, my teammates. I can hear their footsteps, but I can't hear the enemy's footsteps. Am I the only one that notices that? It feels like the enemy footsteps are quieter than my teammates. I don't know. I noticed that personally. You know, I'll have people just run straight behind me without dead silence and literally assassinate me, and I can't hear them. It needs to be fixed. The announcer is very annoying, and yes, he's even more annoying than I am during this review. He doesn't call out enemy kill streaks all the time. He will call out quite literally everything else though, including saying things like, "The round is ending," on Domination, even though there aren't rounds on Domination in this game. It's very weird. Let's talk about maps. I think Eagle's Nest is a very good on 6v6. I think that's when it flows the best personally. 8v8, you're kind of pushing it because then the spawns are going to get a little bit wacky. Anything more than that though, the spawns are some of the worst that I've ever seen. I mean, I'm fine with the spawns being chaotic rather than like how it was on Modern Warfare, where it'll spawn you across the map away from people. But you will sometimes kill an enemy and then 6 of them will spawn on top of you. I'm not joking. That happens more often than not on Eagle's Nest, and I wish the map was a bit wider to counteract that. I'm not calling for super far spawns, but what I am calling for is just reasonable spawns, not to where you're spawning into gunfire, but to where you're spawning and it takes you like maybe 5 seconds to re-engage. That's all I want. I just want better spawns on it, and I think they can fix it. Let's talk about Gavutu. That's what it's called. Gavutu, not Cthulhu. I'm stupid. I hate Gavutu unless it's 10v10 or more. Otherwise, it's very slow. The map does not flow well on 6v6, but if there's a bunch of players, it's chaotic fun. I hate the boat. I wish it wasn't there. I think the map would be better if the boat wasn't there. But that's just my personal opinion. There's a really crazy head glitch spot on that side of the boat. There's like rocks that go into the sea spawn if you're playing domination. And there's a spot that you can head glitch, and it's pretty hard to shoot them unless you're like lined up. But if you're initially reacting, you're pretty much screwed. You're just gonna see their hairline, literally their hairline. That's all you're gonna see. And for the right side of the map, if you don't get to the bunker first, you're screwed. They're just gonna head glitch and shoot you and laser you. And if you want to run down mid, well, good luck, because you're gonna get sniped either way. It's just a bit. I just don't like the design of the map all that much, but it can be fun on 10v10 or 12v12. But otherwise, if you're playing anything else, it's a very, very slow map. Let's talk about Hotel Royal. Hotel Royal is really starting to grow on me. I think the roof is the best spot on the map. It might be the best spot in all of Vanguard if we're being honest. It's very, very solid. Mid is okay. I mean, there's a lot of cover, but it's not horrible. I like to chill in the bathroom. It's a pretty good spot. You can watch both doors and just beam people. But if you go on the left side, it is head glitcher heaven. It's really bad, especially if you're coming from the side with the sandbags. You're just gonna get beamed every single time if you're not there first. But it flows decent, and it seems to work on every game type, and I'm a fan of that. It's really starting to grow on me. It really is. Red Star is a map that only works on 10v10 or higher. Otherwise, it's a very slow map. People snipe a lot on the map, which is fine because it's a bigger map, but I really like the basement area in the middle building where the B flag is. Very fun spots to get into gunfights. Very good places to chill out and beam people. And the back building near the C flag, that's a good spot to lock down too. People love pushing it and trying to camp there, but you can lock that building down and just destroy people's souls. Overall, it's a decent map. It's pretty big, and it really only works on big lobbies, but if it's a slow lobby, good luck. I'm excited to see the return of Dome and Castle. I'm excited to see what other maps they release. I'm hoping that they just release a lot of old maps. I think that'd be good for the game, but you know, that's just my opinion. We'll see what happens. Let's talk about gameplay, guns, field upgrades, grenades, perks, and kill streaks. I've tested all of the guns, and none feel bad other than the auto-loading shotgun and sniper rifles. As for the auto-loading shotgun, unless you're point blank, it is awful. I think that's the point, but none of the maps allow for you to be point blank, so it's almost impossible to use. I would not recommend it at all. And snipers take forever to aim in. It's pretty brutal. I feel bad for snipers, but you can make it aim faster. You just lose half your damage. Hope it's worth aiming faster for a slow shooting M1 Garand. I'm just gonna say this. I think the Tommy gun needs to be nerfed. I think there's a pretty simple nerf for it. You should not be starting with a 50 round drum mag at all. You should be starting with, I think, 20 rounds personally, because the time to kill is so fast, and especially if you're point blank. And then you get 50 rounds. You can miss a lot of shots, and the reload time isn't even that bad. You have got to nerf the Tommy gun's ammo. That's all you need to do. Just make it 20 rounds. That will balance the gun. And I'm not gonna lie, I had some very, very good success with the DP28. I was beaming people. It's like that perfect medium long range gun with really good DPS. It's a very good. I really like it. The STG is really good if you hit your headshots. The bar is really solid. The M1 Garand is good. It just needs, you need attachments to help you aim down sight faster and help you with sprint to fire, because the sprint to fire is brutal. It's very brutal. The pistols are pretty bad, which is fine. I don't think that they should be good ever. You know, COD World War II had a huge problem with them. It was like, wow, these pistols are the best guns in the game, damn near. They are supposed to be secondaries, and I appreciate that Vanguard is saying, hey, we're not going to make these pistols overpowered. We're not going to make another Renetti. We're not going to make snake shot, dual wield shotgun revolvers. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I'm talking shit about you. Also, the rocket launchers are awful. It's very hard to shoot down streaks. I hope that they fix that, because it feels like it's impossible to shoot down streaks with it at all. FaZe Jev made a great video about this where he basically just tried to shoot down streaks for about 15 minutes and couldn't hit one. It was really funny to watch, and he just got really upset. And speaking of explosives are pretty bad in this game. Specifically the impact nade. I mean, the impact nade is awful. I personally believe that if you get directly hit or close to it with a impact grenade, it should kill you. It's an explosive going off at your feet. It should kill you straight up. And there was multiple times throughout the beta where I would throw a grenade and it just wouldn't kill anyone.
Grenade actually got a kill.
You see, like, I'm clipping that, but I would get a lot of hit markers. I remember when I first started playing, my first, like, 5 regular frag grenades were hit markers. I just don't think that should be the case under any circumstance. I would like to see them buff the explosives. I really, really would. And overall with guns, I think 10 attachments on a World War II gun is really weird. But then again, Call of Duty is not supposed to be a realistic game. They sell anime skins.
I love little girls, they make me feel so good.
I think it's fine, especially since World War II is gonna combine with Warzone. So I think it works. I'm fine with it. Let's talk about the field upgrades. Field upgrades they're all right. I think the 3 that I would run, and these are the only 3 that I would run, I mostly run supply box, but I can see myself running armor and maybe field mic. Strong maybe on that though. Dead silence right now is useless because footsteps are so quiet. You can't hear enemy footsteps. Again, your teammates' footsteps are louder. It's way easier to hear them. But the enemy footsteps, almost impossible to hear. Someone could literally be stomping behind you with tap dancer shoes. An enemy could be tap dancing behind you on a hardwood floor that's all slicked up, and you still wouldn't be able to hear them. Straight up. And I'm just gonna say this. I have yet to see a single person get a kill with the Goliath. I have never used the Goliath, and I don't plan on using it because I still have yet to see anyone actually use it and get a kill. It's very slow from what I've seen, and it looks like it just doesn't kill anyone ever, and it's a slow recharge. Not worth running in my opinion. So yeah, the 3 best: supply box, armor, and field mic. Let's talk about perks. For the perk 1 slot, I think Ghost is far and away the best perk. And that's just my personal opinion. But a lot of that has to do with the fact that the stuns aren't like broken in this game. So I don't really feel the need to run survival training. But that is probably the closest second. But other than that, you don't want to run anything else in perk 1. You're most of the time going to see Ghost or survival training. Perk 2. I think is the most competitive perk. There's a lot that you can pick. I'm gonna run radar most of the time because I'm an old school Call of Duty player.
Fucking game is talking.
Shoot a gun, dog. Learn how to fucking shoot a gun. You fucking riot shield. What else? Oh, riot shield. I'm a pussy that use riot shield. 4.
Oh, I'm flash.
A little bit. I just spit a little bit.
Oh my fucking god! Dude, why is it that when I flash somebody, it's like I just slapped them in the face with a fucking napkin from a little kid's birthday party? But when I get fucking flashed, it's like some big brolic black dude named fucking Raquise pulls a fucking bedsheet over my head and just proceeds to skull fuck me!
The good old days. And I like the radar working normally. But high alert and tracker are also very, very good, and they have their uses. I just don't think forward intel is really ever going to be used. What do you get to see, like some field mics? It's not worth it. Perk 3, for me, I'm going to run double time almost every time. But unless I want a secondary, if I'm running like a sniper and shotgun class, then I'll run overkill. But other than that, I'm probably going to run double time. Demolition is okay, but the explosives are terrible, so it's not really worth running. And Tactician is good, but you can just run supply box. You can stack up like 5 grenades, because everyone else is running supply box too. So I don't really see a reason to run those other perks, but you know, perks are decent this year. It's not perfect. I'd like to see more. I hope they do release more, but we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. Let's talk about kill streaks. I run Intel, Flame Knot, and Dogs. I think those are the 3 best kill streaks in the game right now, but I think every kill streak is pretty solid. I feel Dogs have a little bit of a weird hitbox. These dogs, bro. The glide bomb feels extremely hard to move. I feel like you have to turn your mouse up to 9 million DPI, or you gotta turn your controller up to the maximum possible thing, and then download a mod to make it moving faster if you want to move the glide bomb at all. I think it's supposed to be like that, but it still is really rough. The counter spy plane lasts way too long, especially since you cannot shoot it down ever. It's almost impossible with the current rocket launchers right now. So I'd like to see that tuned down a little bit, maybe by like 10 or 15 seconds. The flame knot pisses me off, especially since I run dogs. If you select the flame knot before you get to your 10th kill for dogs, you're not getting dogs. It's over. You are at a 9 kill streak, and that's it. So you better get that 10th kill, otherwise you're not getting dogs. Overall, this game has a lot of potential with good maps, some sound changes, some fine-tuning to the guns, and more content in a kick-ass zombie mode directed by Treyarch. I really truly believe this could be one of my favorite CODs of all time. Maybe top 5, maybe top 10. I've had a lot of fun on this beta. It's been a blast, and I just hope that they deliver because I need them to. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time. Peace out.